Did you know that 99% of women over the age of 60 are slowly losing their balance without even realizing it? The saddest part is that many only find out after they've already hit the floor. This isn't an exaggeration. It's a serious warning from leading geriatric doctors. Losing your balance isn't just about walking unsteadily. It's a silent danger that leads to broken bones, long hospital stays, and most painfully, the loss of independence. What's surprising is that these falls don't always come from illness. They come from small, everyday habits that quietly chip away at your stability. But here's the good news. You can change that, starting today. In this video, we'll walk through the 6 most common mistakes that cause women over 60 to lose their balance, and, more importantly, how to gently and effectively fix them. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Drop the name of your city or country in the comments. I read every single one. And if you care about strength, freedom, and dignity as you grow older, don't forget to subscribe to Life in Words. Together, we'll learn how to stay grounded, not just on our feet, but in our hearts. Mistake 1. Wearing the wrong shoes. It all starts with your feet. Every step you take depends on what you're wearing underneath. But here's the truth no one talks about. Many women over 60 are being harmed by the shoes they trust the most. Janet, 67, from Minneapolis, used to love her soft ballet flats. They were lightweight, easy to slip on, perfect for errands or wearing around the house. But one afternoon her foot caught the edge of a rug. She fell straight onto the hardwood floor. Thankfully, she wasn't seriously hurt. But that fall was her wake-up call. Those shoes weren't right anymore. No grip, no heel support, no ankle stability. As we age, the arches in our feet flatten. The padding under our heels wears down. Our joints lose their firmness. Shoes that once felt so comfortable, soft slippers, worn sneakers, even lightweight flats, can slowly become dangerous. After her fall, Janet switched to a new pair of shoes. Firm soles, slip-resistant tread, gentle ankle support. She said, "They didn't make me feel weaker. They made me feel in control." Even inside the house, Janet wears supportive shoes now. And she no longer feels nervous walking across smooth floors. Today, there are many orthopedic shoes designed just for older adults. They're not bulky or outdated. They don't shout weakness, they whisper confidence. And how about you? What kind of shoes do you wear at home? If you're still wearing soft slippers or thin soles, it might be time to reconsider. Even one simple change can lower your fall risk. If you wear slippers, type the number 1 in the comments. If you've already switched to supportive shoes, comment with the number 2. Don't wait for a fall to tell you something's wrong. Your feet are your foundation. Protect them. The right shoes don't just help you walk, they help you feel safe with every step. Now, let's move on to mistake number 2. A habit that many overlook, but one that holds the key to everyday balance. Mistake 2. Skipping strength training. Many people think strength training is just for the young. For gym goers in tight clothes chasing toned muscles. But after 60, strength training isn't about appearance. It's about protecting your balance and your freedom. Evelyn, 73, from Sacramento, realized this on what seemed like an ordinary morning. She sat down in her favorite chair by the window. But when she tried to get up, she had to push hard with both hands. That moment startled her. When had her legs grown so weak? The truth is, women over 50 can lose up to 1% of muscle mass each year, and even more if they're not physically active. It creeps in slowly. Until one day, your knee wobbles as you step off the curb, or your leg shakes climbing stairs. But here's the encouraging part. You can get that strength back. Evelyn started small, lifting light hand weights while watching TV, wall push-ups, chair squats. just 10 minutes a day. At first, her muscles trembled. But after a few weeks, her legs felt sturdier, her arms more capable. And most of all, her confidence returned. Building strength isn't about looking fit. It's about catching yourself if you trip. It's about crossing the street without fear. It's about standing tall because your body supports you, not because you're pretending to be okay. When was the last time you did something to build strength? If you're ready to start this week, type the number 3 in the comments. It may be the smallest step, but also the most powerful one. Exercise doesn't take your freedom. It gives it back. And it's never too late to begin. Muscle, like memory, fades without use. But with care and consistency, it always finds its way back. Now, let's move on to something that's often overlooked, your vision, and how it might be affecting your balance more than you think. Mistake 3. Ignoring vision changes. Many people don't realize how closely balance is connected to vision until they trip in the dark. Gloria, 70, from Denver, used to think her eyes were just fine. She could read every day, watch television clearly, and didn't feel the need to see an eye doctor. But one night, she quietly got up to use the bathroom. Not wanting to wake her husband, she didn't turn on the light. Her eyes didn't adjust fast enough. She missed the edge of the rug and fell hard on her knee. It wasn't a serious injury. But from that moment on, she no longer felt safe in her own home. After the fall, Gloria finally scheduled an eye exam for the first time in over 4 years. Her peripheral vision had weakened. Her night vision had declined. And she needed a new prescription. She got glasses with anti-glare lenses and better contrast for indoor lighting. Suddenly, the world looked sharp again. She could now see edges, shadows, steps, things that used to blur into the floor. Here's what most people miss. Vision problems come on slowly. You may not notice until you squint in the sunlight. Step wrong on a stair. Or bump into something you thought you saw clearly. And when your vision is unclear, your balance can quickly follow. When was your last eye exam? If it's been over 2 years, comment with the number 4. Let it be a gentle reminder for yourself and someone else. In the meantime, clean your lenses, replace scratched glasses, brighten dark corners in your home, and most importantly, don't delay that appointment. Because clear vision doesn't just help you see. It helps you stay steady. Now let's move to the 4th mistake, one that can cause dizziness, instability, and even confusion without you realizing why. Mistake 4, not paying attention to medication side effects. Feeling off balance doesn't always come from your legs. Sometimes it starts with the medicine you take every day, hoping to feel better. Patricia, 74, from Charlotte, took her medications faithfully. She used a weekly pill organizer, never missed a dose. But one morning she stood up from the couch and felt dizzy. She grabbed the table and told herself, maybe it's just low blood sugar. A few days later, it happened again, stronger this time. She stumbled into the kitchen counter. That's when she looked closely at her new blood pressure medicine. There it was on the label. May cause dizziness, lightheadedness, or loss of balance. As we age, our bodies process medication more slowly. The same dosage can feel stronger. And when you take multiple prescriptions, even vitamins or over-the-counter pills, the side effects can build on each other. They can make you feel tired, foggy, or unsteady, without you even knowing it's from the pills. Patricia did something simple but powerful. She made a list of everything she was taking, including supplements, and brought it to her doctor. He adjusted the dosage of one, changed the timing of another, and removed one non-essential supplement. Within days, the dizziness faded. She felt more alert, more in control, and more grounded in her body. And the truth is, her strength didn't come from the pills. It came from listening to her body and speaking up. Have you ever felt a bit off after taking your medication? If so, type the number 5 in the comments. You're not alone. You deserve to feel healthy, but you also deserve to feel safe. And if that means reviewing your medications, it's one of the smartest choices you can make. Now, let's look at the next mistake. It's something many of us do without thinking, reaching for furniture to stay steady instead of using the support we truly need. Mistake 5. Relying on furniture instead of using a cane. There's a kind of independence that many older women try to hold on to, not using a cane. But sometimes that decision hides a quiet risk. Dorothy, 76, from Austin, used to be proud that she didn't need a walking aid. She'd say, "I'm fine. If I feel unsteady, I just hold onto the wall or the nearest chair." It seemed to work. Until one afternoon, she was carrying a laundry basket from the kitchen to the living room. Both hands full. No hand free to grab anything. She caught her foot on the rug and nearly fell. The table wasn't close enough. The wall was out of reach. That moment stayed with her. The very next day, Dorothy bought a cane. But not just any cane. A light floral printed one with a soft grip. Something that felt like her. And to her surprise, she didn't feel weaker. She felt stronger. She felt secure. She moved through her home with more confidence. Using a cane doesn't mean you've given in. It means you've taken charge. Because when you're not worried about falling, you walk taller, breathe easier, and feel more in control. Have you ever found yourself grabbing furniture or walls to steady yourself? If so, type the number 6 below. You're not the only one. There's nothing weak about being prepared. Safety is strength. And strength at any age is something to be proud of. Let's move to the final mistake. One that often gets ignored, but may be the most important of all. Mistake 6. Avoiding balance exercises. Some people think balance is something you're born with. Either you have it or you don't. But that's not true. Balance is a skill. And just like memory or muscle, if you don't use it, you lose it. Helen, 75, lives alone in Boise. She cooks, tends her small garden, and runs her own errands. But lately she's been feeling unsure on the stairs. She moves slower when stepping into the shower. She couldn't explain why, but something inside her felt less steady. One day, at a senior center class, the instructor, a cheerful woman about Helen's age, asked everyone to try standing on one foot for 10 seconds. Helen gave it a try. She barely made it to 5. Her leg trembled and she quickly dropped her other foot. She smiled politely. But inside she knew something needed to change. That evening, Helen looked up balance exercises. She didn't want anything complicated. Just something simple. She started practicing next to a sturdy chair, standing on one foot, walking heel to toe, shifting her weight side to side. 5 to 10 minutes a day. It wasn't intense, but the difference came quickly. After just 2 weeks, she felt more stable getting out of bed. She didn't reach for the wall in the hallway. And one morning, she caught herself dancing to music in the kitchen, something she hadn't done in years. Balance, like memory, fades with time. But it also returns with care. You don't need a gym. You don't need expensive gear. Just a chair, a safe space, and a little time. And most of all, you need to believe it's worth it. Because it is. Have you ever tried a balance exercise before? If not, let this be your first step. Comment with the number 7. A small action that could make a big difference. Don't wait until a fall makes you pay attention to balance. Make it part of your day, like brushing your teeth. Because the more stable you feel, the more confident you'll live. And that kind of freedom is something we all deserve. Now that we've gone through all 6 mistakes, let's take a moment to reflect and begin a new chapter, one step at a time. Conclusion. Falling isn't just about the moment you hit the ground. It's about what gets taken away after. Your confidence, your independence, and sometimes your sense of dignity. But here's what matters most. It doesn't have to be that way. Each of the 6 mistakes we've talked about today, they're not life sentences. They're gentle wake-up calls, supportive shoes, a few strength exercises, an eye exam, a medication review, a steady cane, a 5-minute balance routine. None of these are difficult on their own, but together they can rewrite your story. You can stand taller, walk steadier, live bolder. Aging doesn't mean fading. It means refining. And every time you choose to care for your body, your balance, and your well-being, you are choosing more days of freedom, more moments of peace, and more memories still waiting to be made. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of the 6 mistakes surprised you the most? Or maybe there's one you know it's time to work on. Leave a comment below with the number that speaks to you. Let's start a real conversation. And if this video helped you in any way, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone you care about. And most importantly, subscribe to Life in Words. We're building a community of strong, thoughtful, empowered women. And we'd be honored to have you with us on this journey. Take care of yourself today, because your future self is already thanking you.